I don't think I know anybody who has more intelligence or integrity than the lady you just heard. She passes out thanks freely to everybody else, but we would not be here today. None of this would have happened without the passion and without the determination and the stamina of one person. And that person is Chris Ortenberg, and she deserves the biggest PEI cheer you can muster. Legislatures are large, grand buildings because they are symbols of large, grand ideas. And I don't think there's any more iconic legislature in Canada than the one we are standing in front of today. And as they say in all these big glossy ads that you see in The Guardian and on TV, in 1864, they had a big idea. And that big idea was a country called Canada. And for a week in September, 148 years ago, 23 men sat down in the building behind me and they started the process of confederation. And the result of their work is our home and native land, Canada. I'm told that a week is a long time in politics, and in that week, a century and a half ago, those 23 men, one of them, by the way, being my great-great-grandfather, George Brown, those 23 men drafted what ultimately became our Canadian Constitution. And their gift to us was a country of peace, order, and apparently good government.
Rolling over in their graves.
A week is indeed a long time in politics. For last Saturday, just 7 days ago, I felt very certain that I lived in a country where my civil liberties were secure and where my constitutional rights are paramount. Today, I'm not so certain of that. Instead of peace, order, and good government, we appear to have police under orders from a rogue government.
That's right. That's right.
On Tuesday, myself and a few other islanders were charged with trespassing on public land. This land, you're right, is the people's land.
That's right.
It's not the government's land. It is owned by you and me. It is our land. We paid for it with our tax dollars. The government merely holds it in trust.
And our blood.
And hopefully they are good stewards of it. I ask you this, how can you trespass on your own land?
Can't. That's right.
You can't. Last evening, I witnessed some things that I never ever imagined that I would see in my forefather George Brown's Canada. I saw RCMP blocking access to public lands for no valid reason. Principled, honest, peaceful people being handcuffed, dragged away, and charged. I saw a premier trying to justify a terrible idea by deceiving his citizens. I saw our children's faith in democratic institutions wither. And I saw my belief in the bedrock of a just society eroded. I saw evidence of a rogue government that has quite simply lost it.
That's right.
The Giz government lost, if it ever had one, its moral compass some time ago. And after the events of last night, the people of Prince Edward Island have surely lost any glimmer of faith and trust that they may have once had in this rogue government.
True.
The Hemlocks indeed may be gone, but this movement is, as a couple of people have already stated this afternoon, this movement is and always has been about so much more than a grove of trees.
It's right.
Albeit a very special grove of trees with specimens older than Canada itself.
Yes.
It is about more than the loss of ancient Acadian forest, and it is about more than the building of a road that none of us wants and we don't need.
Yes.
That's right.
This movement, which I see in front of me today, this movement which has grown in strength and number over this year, is about building a better Prince Edward Island. It's about building a more just and a gentler island. Islanders, with one unified voice, have said very clearly and with a deep passion that we have had enough and we want something better. The cycle of life and death is one of nature's mysterious and timeless beauties. And indeed, we must mourn the loss of these majestic trees. And of course, all of the other things, the other natural casualties of Giz's madness. But those hemlocks will regenerate and new strong life will once again flourish in the forest.